Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelvin. I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I want to talk about bipolar disorder. Now, I believe I briefly touched about this in one of my earlier videos, but I want to take these mental disorders that we hear about very commonly and I want to go in depth with them, what they are, what causes them, if they're rare or not, or if they're common, if it's treatable, all that sort of things. The last video I talked about Stockholm Syndrome, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. I believe one of the last videos I uploaded was a short about my Munchausen video and Munchausen by proxy, so if you haven't checked any of those videos out, please do. Please like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bell on to be alerted for my upcoming videos. As always, thank you for the support, and without any further ado, let's get into this video. I'm sure all of you listening have heard of bipolar disorder to some extent, but just for those who haven't or need a reminder, by definition, it is a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows to manic highs. The exact cause of bipolar disorder isn't known, but a combination of genetics, environment, and altered brain structure and chemistry may play a role. Bipolar disorder is very common, there's more than 3 million cases in the US per year. There is a treatment, but it can be chronic, so it could last for years, or um, it could be lasting lifelong or a lifetime. It does require a medical diagnosis, so you can't just say you have bipolar disorder and just like officially like label yourself as having BPD. It needs to be it needs to be diagnosed by a professional in the matter. So bipolar disorder is basically just when somebody could act one way one day, like could act super happy, could be like your friend, your best friend, but literally the next day they could be very mean to you, could be scolding and just not pleasant to be around. Those are the manic highs and the very depressive lows that was just said in the definition. We the slide that I'm about to go into will be about the symptoms and what are the traits for people that have bipolar disorder. So if someone is displaying mania or they're acting manic, symptoms may include talking excessively, racing thoughts, hostility, less sleep, and delusion. This is when a person is suffering from loads of energy and they don't know a healthy way to properly execute it. So they will be talking without thinking. They'll just be saying things without any thought. No matter what they say, they don't think it'll hurt whatever or whoever is hearing them. That'll go back to the racing thoughts. They're not having time to process it, so they just keep speaking. Hostility, they could show anger towards you or towards anyone or even themselves. Less sleep, this will cause right into the first three things I said. If you have less sleep, then your body's deprived of the proper resources it needs to fully function. So you will be easily irritable. You will be you won't care maybe what other people think of you or what you're saying to these people, and it's just not going to be good all around. And delusions. So everything said will lead up to delusions. Your reality may be different than you may perceive reality different than what it actually is, right? You're having all this energy, but you're not having proper sleep to fuel your body, so you might just start hallucinating because your body needs sleep to function. And all these things are when you're in a manic state. On the opposite side of that is when somebody's suffering from bipolar disorder. If they're not manic, they will be in a depressive state. They will be extremely fatigued, prolonged sadness, memory loss, and poor nutrition. So some of these symptoms are directly opposite from how you feel when you're in a manic state. So it's both extreme sides of the spectrum, right? It'll be you're either super happy, super energetic, or you'll just be super sad and no energy whatsoever. You'd be extremely fatigued, right? So you would just think like, oh, I don't have the energy to do anything, so maybe you just lay around all day, or you just lay in your bed because you physically can't move because your body won't function. Prolonged sadness, you will just be in your own head about how things that'll just make you sad. You'll be sad that maybe your body can't move, and you'll place more blame on yourself when really it's a mental aspect that you need proper medication for. Memory loss. Now, memory loss is interesting because I talked about this in one of my earlier videos, and I believe it was my first video on narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder. People who suffer from narcissists, they tend to have memory loss, or narcissists themselves, or toxic people themselves, they tend to have memory loss, and it's because your mind is always, if you're in a situation when you're with a toxic person and your body, your mind doesn't want to relive a traumatic experience, they will suppress that memory. So rather than you remembering it fully and reliving the situation, your body will try to protect you by just not letting not letting you completely remember how a certain event went because it might have just been traumatic for you, and that's your way of your body of protecting you. And that could be what's happening here when if somebody's depressed and they have memory loss, their body is doing what they can, their mind is doing what it can to fully protect you so you don't have to relive and go through the trauma again. And poor nutrition. If you have no energy and your body can't physically move, it's going to be hard to properly fuel your body. This goes back to the sleep, but this goes back to actual food. You need proper nutrients to function. And if you're in the state and you're in the mental state that you just can't properly do that, it's it's obviously just not good. So bipolar disorder is treatable. Just to name off a few ways to help you or help someone who suffers from BPD, because it has to be medically diagnosed, the your doctor, your therapist, whoever it may be, could prescribe medication. Therapy is also a big one. Therapy could help with any any sort of mental illness, or not even if you have a mental illness. Therapy could always be good for someone to just talk what's on their mind and just fully process something that maybe you don't know how to process by yourself. Counseling and exercise. I feel like out of these exercises, the most underrated in the sense that we went over before how somebody who has bipolar disorder, they show manic and depressive episodes, especially if you're suffering from mania. If you're not a danger to yourself or the people around you, a proper way to exert your energy and a healthy way to do it is always by exercise. And I personally can attest to that in the sense that if you have all this energy and say you're anxious or whatever the case may be, a proper way to fully use all this energy would be to exercise, lift weights, do cardio, maybe run, just that sort of stuff. So in this way, it could help your mind and it could physically help you as well. So those are a couple of treatments for bipolar disorder. So that brings me to the end of this video, guys. As always, thank you so much for the support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and put the notification bell on to be alerted for all my upcoming videos. Leave a comment if you maybe learned something about bipolar disorder, or if you have any ideas of what other topics you want me to discuss. I'm open to discussing anything related to mental health. I want to take the channel to more of a mental health aspect and how it could tie into narcissism and NPD. But again, as always, thank you so much for the support. Leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys. It's so cool that you guys can watch these videos and we could just interact and just talk about mental health as a whole. I will plan on uploading a bit more consistently. I know I've been sporadic and I do apologize for that. And I do plan on talking about more mental disorders and going into more depth about them. So with all that being said, guys, again, thank you for the support and I'll catch you in the next video.